And there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun and the moon under her feet, and upon her head a crown of 12 stars. And she, being with child, cried, travailing in birth and pain to be delivered. And there appeared another wonder in heaven. And behold, a great red dragon, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and 7 crowns upon his head. In linear thinking, we only contemplate this dimension. In dimensional thinking, multidimensionality thinking, we can grasp the concepts of other dimensions being inhabited. This is further readings from the book of Revelations, the arcane understanding of the revelations to St. John. Most of these writings in this book can be considered an allegory for the astronomical alignment that will be occurring in the times ahead and current time. This red dragon with 7 crowns, 10 horns, 7 heads, and his tail drew the third part of the stars of heaven and did cast them to the earth. And the dragon stood before the woman, which was ready to be delivered, for to devour her child as soon as it was born. And she brought forth a man child who was to rule all nations with a rod of iron. And her child was caught up unto God and to his throne. An awakened child was brought forth from her, who would be destined to rule all the nations with an iron fist. And the child was given unto God, and to God's throne the child would be Christified. And the woman fled into the wilderness, where she hath a place prepared of God, that they should feed her there 1,260 days. This is the planetary path of 10 times Venus, return and recurrence, and half that of Jupiter justice. And there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels. A chaotic event occurred in heaven whereby the sun, Lord Michael, and his messengers fought against the dragon and his angels. And they prevailed not, neither was their place found any more in heaven. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. The dragon was moved out of its astronomical configuration, that old serpent called devil, slanderers, Satan, Saturn aspects, which is in charge of karma, which seemingly deceives the whole world with its coming and goings unknown to pure science, was cast onto the earth along with his angels or messengers. having the etheric energies processed in the state of rebirth to the physical plane. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength and the kingdom of our God and the power of his Christ. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our God day and night. In this planetary alignment, Saturn is no longer seen. Thus, karma seems no longer an issue. John then heard a heavenly voice say, now salvation has arrived with strength, with the kingdom of our God, Melchizedek, and with the power of his Christ, the being, or the accuser of awakened ones. Saturn in the karmic aspect has been cast down, which had accused all from karmic past works before Melchizedek, both day and night. Pistis Sophia unveiled gives some clear insight as to how this aspect functions. And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony, and they loved not their lives unto death. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. And when the dragon saw that he was cast into the earth, down to the earth, he persecuted the woman which brought forth the man-child. And the awakened ones overcame the karmic laws by the trials and tribulations on the path of enlightenment to Christ, and by testimony, as they were not afraid of the physical death, having awakened through the spiritual one, as they loved Om, as they loved the infinite prime creator, the divine grid programmer, and understood the gnosis of life as a soul in a human suit, a soul in this genetic meat puppet vehicle, having this human experience. Therefore, all those that are awakened in the astral dimension, as well as the dimension itself, as this dimension, the third dimension, rejoice. Yet, woe unto the humans of earth and the sea, the devil, for the egos, the slanders, the ego illusion of separateness has overtaken you, having great egoic wrath, because the egos know their time is about up. In this Kali Yuga, at this very late hour of the Kali Yuga, if you are attempting to live through your ego, you have signed up for disaster, my friend. And when the dragon saw that he was cast unto the earth cycle, etheric beings can be reborn as humans, as is necessary by karmic and cosmic laws. He persecuted the woman that brought forth the awakened child. Here we have some insight to the female supposedly being damned with the act of childbirth. And to the woman were given two things that were wings of a great eagle, that she might fly unto the wilderness, into her place, where she is nourished for a time, and half a time, and from the face of the serpent. And the serpent cast out of his mouth water as a flood after the woman, that he might cause her to be carried away of the flood. Then the dragon spewed forth water from its mouth, torrential rains of a natural cataclysmic magnitude, that he might cause her to be carried away. This could be the astrological lineup at a time of Noah's flood. These two wings, though, on the woman that were bequeathed to her, two wings of a great eagle were given unto the woman, this being from one of the elementals, so she could fly into her place in the wilderness, where she is to be nourished for a time from the face of the serpent. And the earth helped her by opening its mouth and swallowing up the flood that the dragon had spewed forth. as is wont by Mother Earth and Lord Melchizedek to do so. And the dragon was wroth with the woman and went to make war with the remnant of her seed, which keep the commandments of God and have the testimony of Jesus the Christ. And this dragon was very angry with the woman and went to make war with her progenitors. Here we see that the dragon is astronomical in duration, as remnants had time to be born unto the woman, and as they keep the commandments of God and can testify unto Jesus Christ becoming a Christ. Esoterically, we are starting to understand more and more of how DNA plays a direct part in the continuation even of various karmic actions from generation to generation. And I stood upon the sand of the sea and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his heads the name of blasphemy. As the beast will be identified later on as an organized religious hierarchy, the Vatican, the formation out of the sea could be the geological formation of the area where Rome is located. Then John stood upon the beach and saw a beast rise up out of the sea from amongst the multitude of humans, having 7 heads, 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his 7 heads the name of blasphemy. The leaders of an organized religion, which given a great number of spiritual, meta, and physical events over the last 5,000 years, perhaps are this beast, collective enslavement through religious fear-based programming is this beast. And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet were as the feet of a bear, and his mouth as the mouth of a lion. And the dragon gave him his power and his seat and great authority. And I saw one of his heads as it were wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed, and all the world wondered after the beast. John noticed one of its heads. This is St. John in Revelation, reading in chapter 13, verse 3. Yet the deadly wound had been healed, and this made all humans enamored of the beast and mesmerized by it. And they worshiped the dragon, which gave power unto the beast, and they worshiped the beast, saying, who is like unto the beast? Who is able to make war with him? So they worshiped the dragon, which had given the beast its power, and they worshiped the beast, saying in this narcissistic manner, which is the pandemic of today's humanity, who can be like God as the beast? Who would be able to make war with him? Narcissism believes in no creator God, no hidden God, as the Egyptian Amen, the hidden one, as the infinite prime creator, the divine grid programmer, source. Narcissists don't believe in that. They don't resonate with that. Their frequency is on a different oscillation pattern, if you will. Narcissist and narcissism, condition of narcissists, they only believe in their own created self-image based upon egoically learned behavior patterns. And there was given unto him a mouth speaking great things and blasphemies, and power was given unto him to continue 40 and 2 months, mouth and blasphemy against God, to blaspheme his name and his tabernacle and them that dwell in heaven. The beast had the capacity, as is so easy with narcissism, to speak of great things and much of blasphemies, to the flexion process of Om. And God, Lord Melchizedek and Om were blasphemed, and as were those that are part of the cosmic and karmic hierarchy. Narcissism can have no other God but the narcissists themselves. And it was given unto him to make war with the saints and to overcome them, and power was given him over all kindreds and tongues and nations. It was a power that pitted him and his followers, all those that are of the narcissistic nature, against the mass of the multitudes that did not succumb to narcissism. Narcissism is the ultimate God to the masses. Narcissism is TikTok. Who would have ever thought that an entire generation of people, younger people, would, this is TikTok, narcissism, just video. Oh, wait a second. That's all I do is make videos of me running my mouth. Perhaps I'm a narcissist and in denial. Hit that subscribe button if you think so, that I'm a narcissist and I'm just running my mouth to fulfill my narcissistic existence. And all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him, whose names are not written in the book of life of the Lamb, slain from the foundation of the world. Because of this, those that have not awakened to themselves or enlightened their psychology to their spirituality, their name is not written in the book of life. They shall externalize their narcissism and worship the beast, much as it is done today within all organized religions that preach they are the way. That if you don't ask for Jesus' forgiveness, that you're going to hell. If any man have an ear, let him hear. Let those that have occult understanding hear what is being said. And my dear and esteemed viewer, occult simply means hidden. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. The karmic process or law tells us that rebalancing is paramount to maintaining the cosmic order. Just as a flexion, when out of balance, seeks to rebalance itself. Ergo, and that's Latin for therefore, it is said that he who does this or that, to them it will be done. In present day, we see it more so as an aspect of from one life to the next. This is exactly how those of great compassion, empathy, and wisdom hold their own in the face of seemingly mindless, non-punished retribution. Life to life, we are known by our works, as recorded in the Akash record. This is where faith is greatly strengthened by all sentient. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. John saw yet another beast coming forth from the earth with two horns like a lamb, Christ, but speaking as the dragon does, using the cloak of the lamb to shield who he really is. And he exercises all the power of the first beast before him, and causes the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. This is the false prophet, or Messiah, convincing all that the first beast is in fact to be worshipped, just as we see worldwide with various narcissistic groups supporting the stronger narcissistic ones, which can be summed up as organized religions and their patriarchal hierarchy. And he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in sight of men, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live. And in the presence of the organized religions, first beast, the false spirit of the lamb, second beast, did magic, actions yet to be understood by science, thus the unawakened humanity who is enslaved by this science. this linear thinking, linear time. He told the masses to make an image unto the beast, which did practice black tantric sex, wound by the sword, and did live to tell about it. Here we see the use of magical data information for dark purposes, black tantric sex for dark purposes, and how the blasphemy against tantric sex is perpetuated. Sex in this world has been hijacked. The digital matrix and its empire of porn has turned a beautiful spiritual exchange and development of creative energy and just turned it into a violent, depraved energy farm for the loosh that is produced and the other stuff that's produced. Anyway, it is here that we learn of the esoteric meaning of Baphomet. Baphomet. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. He had his chakras activated and thus could animate the image of the beast, that both the beast and its image would speak. This led to those of the masses that were not worshiping the beast to be killed, the practice of black magic. A chakra activation machine is being worked on as we write this in science communities, as it was some 400,000 years ago in Atlantean times. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. All those that worshiped him received a mark on their forehead or in their right hand. Referring in some aspect and configuration to the soon to be implanted microchips that perhaps have already been implanted with the vaccination agenda that has taken place. If you're unvaxxed, leave a comment, hit that subscribe button. And that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Society now turns to a place where only those that are tagged into the system will be allowed to transact anything of a commercial nature. The mark, name, and number, all are signs of those worshiping the beast. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding, let him who hath understanding reckon the number of the beast. Count the number of the beast, for it is a human number, the number of a man, and his number is 666. Here's where gnosis, and gnosis, my dear esteemed viewer, it's a type of knowledge. It's a type of knowledge that once obtained, it is woven into the very fabric of who you are. This is a different kind of knowledge of remembering facts and things of that nature. This is gnosis. The number of the beast is a numerical value that is Kabbalistic in nature. Occult-wise, 666 equals 18, which in the tarot is the moon, emotions, and esoterically the failure of proper actions in tantric yoga sex, leading to descent into the baser biological reactions and thus perpetuating those baser emotions over enlightened virtues. Another way to calculate it is 6 being the challenge we put ourselves through in order to control our biosexual emotions or be controlled by them. 6, 3 times, is the reconciliation of this aspect with our inner Trinity. Let him who hath understanding reckon the number of the beast, for it is a human number. Its number is 666. If you can add up that 666, if you can add that up and understand it, hit the subscribe button. Stay tuned. That was further readings in the arcane understanding of the revelations to St. John from the book of Revelation.
Namaste. Namaskaram.